Hey guys, can you hear me okay? Okay. I was up this morning watching the stock market and I started to check the videos on YouTube and stuff like that and saw that Trump was having a roundtable discussion. So I went ahead and clicked on it to see what it was about and I loved it. I loved it. You know, sometimes, uh, well, I don't even know how to explain it. Okay, so Trump is not a politician. He's a businessman. He's a celebrity, and he is not respected within the community that he's in right now. Okay, he's not a politician. Definitely not a career politician. He's always been a donor. You know, that's always been his status. He was a contributor to political campaigns and stuff like that, but he was never one of them. Okay, and as a result, you can see the attitudes of the politicians, the senators and stuff, especially with the Democrats and the left-leaning press and everybody. He's an outsider. They do not respect him. Okay, and they don't respect his agenda or his policies or anything like that. And because he's not one of them, he doesn't act like them. He's not in it for the same reasons why they're in it, and he's just an outsider. He's the black sheep. And the funny part about it is when people get that mentality, that attitude towards you, they have a tendency to dismiss what you say. They do not listen to you. The reason why I'm telling you about this is because I've been through it. And I love the fact that Trump, after they've called him a liar, said there's not an emergency, this is not a national security issue, yada, yada, yada. He just goes and he just brings in everybody he's been talking to that actually do border security, that have dealt directly with the issue, and they need help, and they are saying it, and they are showing, they are displaying all the things that they have confiscated coming across the border illegally and stuff like that. Guys, I love it. And then there's a rancher there that told the story about, you know, illegals knocking on his door in the middle of the night because they need help. Things like that. You know, that is the most wonderful thing. You can't sit there and call the man a liar when he's giving you the facts. He's putting it right in your face. Look, this is what they're dealing with. They tell me they need help and I believe them. And when you call him a liar, you're tying his hands. Now he has to show the public, which I love this. Okay? Lay the facts out. Show us what they're seeing. Show us, you know, tell us what they're saying. Let it come out of their own mouths. Because I don't know about you guys, but I have a tendency not to believe anybody, any type of politician. And Trump is becoming more politicized. Okay, the longer he's in that White House, I can see changes in him. And he tries to work within the system, but eventually you have to revert back to what you know. And this is the businessman Trump. Okay, don't tell me I'm lying. You know, don't tell me this isn't real. You know, the people have shown it to me. They've told me what's going on. And I want this money for them, and we want a wall. It is a campaign promise, one of the campaign promises that he made. And he wants to keep that promise. That is just, you guys have to admit, once somebody gets into office, they forget everything that they ever said in their campaign, and they become enmeshed with the system, and they become virtually useless to the people. And I like how Trump is holding his own, and he's going to get that money. One way or another, he is going to build that wall because he said he would. Okay? And that's the thing. He said he would. You're not going to make him look like a liar. And he's not going to go back on his word. He's tried to compromise. He's put this off. He's even reduced the amount he's willing to take. But ultimately, what they want is for him to forget about it because it benefits a certain political party to not have a secure border. So he's not standing for it. Now you see the real Trump. Okay, this is who Trump is. This is why the people elected him, is because if he has to be an asshole, he will. He will make you all look stupid. He will make you all eat your words. He will humiliate you because you attacked him and you are telling him that he's crazy. So when you attack the man's character and you come out and say that he's lying and that all these things don't really exist, he's going to bring it forward and he's going to make you guys eat your words. He will get this money. And I'll tell you what, the thing of it is I was never a Donald Trump supporter. I never watched his TV show. I just never, I just didn't like the man's personality. But I respect the man's business sense. And this is what it's all about for Donald Trump. He's a businessman. He may not know about administrative policies and all this stuff that goes with a government job, but he does know business. And, you know, like his book, The Art of the Deal, he knows, you know, when something is good for, when it's good for him and when it's good for the country or whatever, he's going to make it happen. And I'll tell you what, I am totally behind him 100% about this wall. But there was an issue that was also raised by one of the individuals talking during this round table, and it sent red flags up to me too. When you put up this border wall, if you start taking huge chunk of ranchers' land to do this, and it affects their ranching, you're gonna these government agencies are gonna have to work with these ranchers. Don't start stealing their land, large chunks of land, way more than you need for a wall. Okay? This is where we would have to stand up for those ranchers. You don't have this wall at all costs. You don't hurt American ranchers that provide us food and stuff like that in order to get this done. You need to work with those ranchers, figure out what they're willing to give up for this wall. But don't start stealing hundreds of acres of land that they own in order to put this wall up, and just don't do it with force. Okay? With the Cliven Bundy and his family, with their situation, there's a lot of us that are really sensitive to this issue. You know, this eminent domain and stuff like that, what has been taken, confiscated, and never paid for under that law and stuff like that. I hope this doesn't turn into a real bad issue for those ranchers and farmers out near that border. But I know he's going to get it. And I am like this too. When it comes to business, when I have an individual that tells me I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm crazy, or yada, 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 that's coming out of an individual that's been in that organization too long and has benefited from it being broken. That's what I can identify. I identify it in Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. These people have made it a career. They truly believe that government is theirs, and they act like it. Their way or the highway. Well, now they've come up against a human being that also has that attitude that says, no, it's my way or the highway. Okay? And this is what it takes sometimes, is to find someone that is a little bit stronger and bolder to cut these people down to size. I tell you what, I hope Californians, Nancy Pelosi is not working in your best interest. You guys really need to get her out of there and elect someone else. The woman has been in there too long. Okay? You need fresh set of eyes to represent you, because your problems, your economy, all this stuff that's going on there with these big corporations, all this kind of... Listen, guys, you really need to get a different representative and get her out of there. Okay? By the grace of God, Harry Reid resigned, or we would have never been free of that man. But his time in office benefited him more than it ever did the state of Nevada. Okay, guys? And there's proof of that all over the internet. You can go do the research. Him, his son Roy, you know, his family benefited for all of his time in office. And I'll tell you what, he didn't do a damn thing that benefited the state of Nevada. So Californians need to open their eyes. Nancy Pelosi walking around like her shit don't stink and as if she owns the place. And Trump is going to put her in her place because she doesn't own it. It's not hers. It is, she does work for the people, and it's high time she starts acting like it. So I'm going to get back to watching the stock market, guys, and the trading platforms and stuff, and I hope you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later.